There we go. Hey everybody, it's Jason Chadwick with Premier Guitar, and we're at the Winter NAMM show in Anaheim. We're locked away in the lair, the EHX lair, with our good buddy John. We've done a ton of videos together, and we're gonna do another one this year, and we're gonna talk about a couple different pedals, but the first one, excuse me, we're gonna talk about, that we heard on the intro, is the Mod 11 Modulator. And no surprise, it does a bunch of modulation stuff. So we heard some trem on the intro there. So tell us a little bit about kind of what it is and what it can do, and then we'll listen to it.
Okay, well, it's kind of, I call it like the Swiss Army knife of modulation effects. And it has 11 different modulation effects in one pedal. It's very similar to our, our Ocean's 11 and our Canyon, which is somewhere floating around here, where kind of a similar layout. But it's a great sounding pedal that's very easy to dial in, and you don't need it doesn't have a lot of, it's got some hidden functions, but you don't really need them. They're really easy just to kind of dial in and get a good usable sound. And if you're a guitar player like me, where you play a bunch of different gigs and a bunch of different styles, but you're always like I always notice I'm always kind of substituting like a chorus pedal for like a phase shifter or something, So if I'm doing like a country thing or a rock thing, I'll bring a phase shifter. But if I'm doing like an 80s type of thing or have to play kind of that thing, I need a chorus, or whatever. So I find or like a univibe if you're doing like a Hendrixy thing, and I always find myself like kind of just ripping up the Velcro on my pedal board. But with the Mod 11, you don't have to do that. So you can just kind of park it there, and if you need your chorus, you got it. If you need a univibe, if you need a tremolo, it's all in there. So,
and like the other pedals, the function of the other knobs change depending on what setting you're on. Is that right?
Yeah, somewhat. So, even looking at it, this volume knob on some of the settings actually turns into a color knob.
Yeah.
So it actually kind of tweaks not the volume, but like the flavor of the tone of whatever whatever
setting you're on.
Yeah, setting you're on. So.
So that was trim we heard. Let's flip to another setting and hear some
actually,
of that.
That was harmonic trim. I'll play the regular trim. So you've got normal, depth, rate, and volume, and then this is like a selector that has little notches on it. So you can actually, and even on a dark stage, you can memorize what notch you need. Let's try the trem setting, and I'll put the depth up and the rate kind of a little bit slow. Let's see what we have. And also the nice thing, actually a customer was telling me about this. They said that I love Electro-Harmonix pedals because they go to the extremes. Because there's a lot of pedals that like great pedals, but like they're very subtle and they kind of just like stay within the lane. Electro-Harmonix can go like crazy, But it's nice to have that. Yeah, it's gonna be so slow before it cuts out. I don't even think it's gonna cut out. It's so slow. I'm gonna go have a bite to eat. See? Oh, come on, we gotta speed it up a little bit. There it goes. So yeah, so it can get really slow. But anyway, so that's what's nice about it. You can go really fast, super slow. We heard, and I'll also go over the little mode control. So the mode does, this little button here, does different things. So on this tremolo, it'll turn into kind of an envelope thing. So the faster the harder you hit it, the faster the trem will go. And then you can tweak that. Yeah, and then it slows down, almost like a rotary thing, but not really. So there's harmonic, and then there's vibrato, almost like your magnetone thing, where you can kind of get it to be a little, so you have this kind of like warble, but sounds really it's pretty sounding.
And sometimes on those kind of vibrato settings, like the high end can get like too shrill and stuff, but it deals with it pretty well.
Yeah, and a lot of it can get seasicky, you know what I mean? So this you can dial this so it still sounds pretty, Because a lot of people say, like, I don't get vibrato pedals, you know, like they just sound out of tune, you know. But we can get this one to sound kind of crazy too, you know. But sometimes when you have another amp that's dry, that can sound really nice blended in. Let's see what else. Univibe. So, you know, you got your Jimmy going on here. And then you've got another mode. So like the Univibe's got the chorus mode and it has the vibrato mode.
Yeah.
And you know, like people like Robin Trower use the vibrato mode. So you have that kind of thing. What else do we have here? Your nice choruses. So we've got 3 choruses in here. We've got our regular chorus, tri-chorus, and then we have a bass chorus. So better for bass notes. Rotary. I'm just going to do a quick rundown of the whole thing. It's not really a, well, it kind of is a volume, but they can get kind of crazy too. So that's a flanger, but yeah, crazy like. But you can kind of, so I have this kind of feedback control really high. But you can kind of tame that. And then you got your 0 through flanger, which is really pretty too. Haven't played that song in about 20 years. But yeah, you know, so you got that kind of stuff.
So is there, for each one, there's, when you hit the mode button, how many different modes are in each setting?
It's, the maximum is 3. Some of them are just 2.
Sure, okay. So it depends on the setting.
Yeah.
Usually 2 or 3.
Yeah, and then you can also tweak stuff by, there's hidden functions, and you hold it down, and it starts blinking in this kind of pattern, and then we get to hidden functions. I'm not sure exactly what everyone does, at least not right this second, but they do all different things. So I'm guessing this will probably be a balance of maybe the horn and the... Actually, I don't really... Yeah, so balance of like the horn and the tweeter, yeah, of a rotary thing. Yeah, it's...
So what'll be the pricing and availability on the Model 11?
$151. Oh, one other thing, tap tempo.
Oh, yeah.
So let me dial in something here. You know, so you got your tap tempo, and it's got an external tap. So if you just want this to turn into an on and off switch, you put a tap switch on there, and it's very easy to work. Yeah.
Available now, $150.
$151.
$151, excuse me. Now, the other pedal we're going to look at, or amp really, is up here sitting on the amp head, the 5mm.
Yes, and it's a very simple. It's basically a low watt alternative to a guitar amp.
Yeah.
So it really needs no explanation other than it's 5 watts, and we can hook it up to a speaker cab. Yeah. So let's
do that
real quick. This is my guitar going in here. Put that in there. And we've got sound, so I'm gonna just put it back here. Well, here I'll show you. It's normal and bright setting. Yeah. So you want your clean stuff kind of is here. Actually, you want to hold it? Yeah. You want to tweak it while I play?
So this is a normal setting. Dead simple.
Yeah, and then you can, I just like to crank it, and just put it there and just kind of dig in, Then you can add other stuff. Add gain to it and stuff. And it's a great little practice tool or something. A lot of times you have these small amps in your house. Tube amps, he's like, oh, it's a Princeton. It doesn't get that loud. But you start plugging these effects in, you hit one wrong note, and because they're not master volumes, it's crazy loud. Or you don't even realize you're getting loud because you're just getting used to it and you're starting to jam along. It sounds great, and then you hear a knock on the door. You're too loud. So, this won't get too loud,
And pricing on that?
I think it's like $63.80. Yes.
Correct.
That's $63.80.
All right. So where can people go online to find out more information about that ton of pedals you guys are cranking out?
Well, you can go to ehx.com.
We're going to have you play us out, John.
Okay.
This is Jason with Premier Guitar, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to find all of our NAMM coverage. So take it away, John.